What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Theology. My name's John, and I thought I'd seen most everything in evangelism, and especially street evangelism, so stay tuned for this. I want to cover an incident that happened on an airplane, but first I want to get to the cinder blocks that almost fell on a guy while we were preaching on Broadway yesterday. We were there, and all of a sudden a work truck of some kind, turned the corner, and about 4 cinder blocks spilled out, almost falling on this guy right here. And he looks like he's eating a donut, so hats off to him. He wasn't rattled, and like the champion that he was, he posed for this picture and even gave me a thumbs up. You can see part of the cinder block next to his foot. I mean, they came like rolled right to where he was standing. I was holding an Are You Ready cross and also had a Santa hat on, so it had to be quite a sight. A group of onlookers from across the street were understandably shocked by what they had just witnessed. I've never seen anything like this, and one of them gave me an illegal elbow bump. So this reminded me of this passage. Of those 18 who were killed when the Tower of Siloam fell on them, do you think that they were more sinful than all others living in Jerusalem? No, I tell you, but unless you repent, you will also perish. You see, the gospel is urgent, but many assume they have a good standing with God, with Christ. But Jesus was telling this example. He was using this example of a tower that fell and of people that Pilate had killed as an example to say, look, you're not righteous either. Don't be concerned with why bad things happen sometimes. You have to understand that we are in a fallen world, but if you don't repent, you will perish in a very sad place called hell. So this is a very sad, very concerning thing. And Jesus was using this to show that the urgency of people repenting and trusting in the gospel is essential. It's the most essential thing that anyone could ever believe, anyone could ever spend their time thinking about. So it's very important. The next thing I want to cover is a story about a woman on an airplane with her toddler and family, apparently going somewhere. I don't know if this was for the holidays, but check this out.
We just got kicked off the flight because our 2-year-old would not put on a mask, and we tried. I mean, I'm going to put a video on. And they're sending all of our bags and Adeline's car seat to New York. And we're banned off of United forever because a 2-year-old would not put on a mask.
So I've heard some people say that, hey, there's no real danger in this mask thing. It can't be enforced. It's unenforceable. And what's the problem? Just wear the mask. Well, we've seen fights. We've seen people die. We've seen people now removed from airlines for life. They're banned for life because their 2-year-old wouldn't wear a mask that probably has very little ability to help others inside of a tube known as an airplane with a filtrated air system. The 2-year-old wouldn't wear a mask in an airplane. And so now they're banned for life. And I think more and more you're going to see companies start to eliminate people that cannot patronize them anymore because they won't comply to certain rules. This is going to cause a further split. Now, as a company, they have in some ways a right to not shop there anymore. People can say, hey, I'm not going to support you. But on some levels, especially airlines and transportation, these are often subsidized industries that the government helps to kind of prop up or help in some capacity because they benefit the common good. Whether or not we'll see a backlash against companies that do this, I think Facebook, YouTube, other places that are saying what you can and can't say, this is going to continue to drive a wedge between the country. There's going to be conservative companies and there's going to be companies that are more liberal, and you're going to see a split in who shops where. So they're basically resegregating the country through these policies. And so for those that say, there's no impact in this thing, there's a huge impact in the mask rule. It's a huge impact. It's a shaming impact. It's a safety thing where people don't feel safe if they're not wearing the mask. Not that they feel threatened by the virus, but that they fear what others will say. It has real implications, and at its heart, I think a lot of this is a desire to control and to normalize this culture of fear. And Jesus has conquered sin, death, hell, and the grave, so believers, we fear not because we have been adopted into the family of God through the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So, if you haven't yet, please repent and believe the gospel. And if you're still watching this, please hammer that like button, like the 95 Theses, and take a moment and subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. We're also now on Rumble, which I never thought was a thing, but it's a thing in case we get kicked off of YouTube, which I don't expect us to, but you never know. So thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and God bless.